3 gay short films that you could watch right now for free, and I'll have the links in the comments below. I love gay short films, and I don't talk about them nearly as much as I would like to. And it's also great to showcase and support fellow filmmakers. First film is called Engaged, directed by David Scala, with a runtime of 17 minutes. The film is a simple story about a man who's just trying to propose to his boyfriend, but there's all these obstacles that get in his way. And if you just give the opening scene a shot, you might be hooked into it like I was. It can stand on its own as its own short film, but the rest of the film is also worth watching. There's also a really good standout scene about a rant that the character goes on that I have personally said in my own private life about how we as LGBT people always have these micro coming outs. And anyways, I don't want to spoil anything else, but it's just a really standout scene for me. So in direct contrast to the other movie, this film does deal with heavy subject matter. This is On the Ride, directed by Jen McGowan, with a runtime of 13 minutes. And the film follows a man who's just trying to get a letter to somebody else. And that's all I'll say. But the film does a great job conveying information. And I've heard of stories like this happening in real life, but to see it through a gay perspective was very immersive. Even though it's dealing with very serious subject matter, I was still able to watch it, and I was very touched by it. And if you are open to having your emotions played with, or you just sometimes enjoy tearjerkers because they could still feel good, good art is still a good experience, then I would definitely recommend this film. But if you don't want stuff dealing with stuff that can be very emotional, then I would stay clear. But this was just a great, well done film. Okay, the next short film is a Spanish film called ACORDES and is translated to Chords, and it's directed by Antonio de la Torre, excuse me if I mispronounce that, and it has a runtime of 20 minutes. And this film is about a man who encounters somebody from his past, and this kind of awakens something in him. It's really unique because it's told through a perspective that we don't normally see, and that's through an older man's perspective. I think the pacing of this film is really well done. Even though it's only 20 minutes, they fly by really quickly. And this is the type of film that you have to read deeper into it. You have to read in between the lines because a lot of the things I feel like are said are not actually what the characters feel like. And there's a wonderful visual cue in the film too, that a character dwells outside of a car. And that is just a perfect moment because we feel a lot of his internal conflict that he might be having. Now, this is a cautionary type of film because hopefully someday we don't actually have to have stories like this where, people have to live this way. And, I'm trying to be coy about what exactly happens, but, it is a reality for some people. So it's good to have a film that depicts that. It's not a feel-good movie, but again, it's a pretty cool perspective we get to see, and just a depiction of something that might not be the ideal version of events, if that makes any sense. But if you liked any of those short films, let me know in the comments. And they're short, so just give them a shot. There's no big time commitment, and hopefully you'll like all 3 of them like I did.